Hey students, this is Ms. Medina and I'm going to explain one variable inequality word problems. Number one, Eliza has won 40 lollipops and she gave 2 to every student in the math class. And she has 7 lollipops left. So we are to write the inequality, define the variable, and solve the inequality to find the maximum number of students. Well, the questioning kind of gives it away. This right here, max number of students, is the variable, right? So then x is going to be the max number of students in class. And she gave 2 lollipops to every student, so that's 2x. She has at least 7 lollipops left over. Least means that she can have more. She can have 7 or she can have more. Right, so 40 minus 2x is going to be greater than or equal to 7. All right, this one is positive, so I'm going to do minus 40. Oops, minus sign right there. And we have negative 2x is greater than or equal to negative 33. Dividing by negative 2, and this is what we mentioned in class. When we divide by a negative number, the inequality symbol is going to flip. So x is going to be less than or equal to 33 divided by 2. Is that 16.5? Yeah, 16.5, which is not possible. You cannot have 16 and a half students. So we're just going to have to say it has to be less than or equal to 16 students. Okay. So the maximum number of students can be 16. It could be less, but the max number will be 16. All right, more than 450 students went on a field trip. More than 450. Okay, 10 buses were filled and 5 more students traveled in a car. Write the inequality to represent the situation, define the variable, and then solve it for the minimum number of people on the bus. Minimum people on the bus. Let me see. We have 10 buses. We don't know how many students we put in there, so our variable is going to be the number of students in each bus. And we know we have 10 buses, right? We know we had an additional 5 students. And we know all of this has to be greater than 450 students. All right, so let's write this. 10x plus 5 students is going to be greater than 450. So what does x have to be so that we have more than 450 students? All right, so this is the term that has the variable. So that means we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. So we have 10x greater than, was that 445? And dividing by 10 on both sides, it's positive, so nothing is happening. X is going to be greater than 44.5. Since we cannot have 44.5 students, x has to be greater than 44. So since x has to be greater than 44, the minimum number of people on the bus has to be 45. All right, Bill spent less than $26 on a magazine, less than 26 bucks, and 5 notebooks, 5 books, sorry. The magazine cost $4. Oh, 1 magazine and 5 books, and it was less than 26. So we know this one is $4, right? But we don't know how much each book cost. So yes, the variable is going to be the cost of each book, composition book. All right, so when he spends this money, it's going to be 5x, that's the money on the books, plus the $4 on the magazine. All of this has to be less than 26. It just says less than 26, so that's why there's no equal sign. Okay, so now we need to solve for it. All right, so this is the term right here that has the variable, so that means we need to get rid of the plus 4. So we have 5x less than, is that 22? And then dividing both sides by 5. 5 is positive, so nothing flips. We get that x is less than, what's 22? 5, is that 4 point something, 4.4? But what is x? The cost of each composition book. All right, so each composition book has to be less than $4.40. Sound good? If the composition notebooks are less than $4.40, then he'll be able to buy 5 of them, plus spend $4 on a magazine and still spend less than $26. All right, Amanda rented a bike from Shauna's Bikes. They charged her for $2 per hour plus a $10 fee, and Amanda paid less than 27. Write the inequality, define the variable, solve the inequality, maximum number of hours Amanda rented the bike. All right, so that's going to be the variable. The variable is going to be the max number of hours of bike rental. So let's see, she spent less than 27. They charged her $2 per hour, right? So that's the 2x plus a $10 fee, and all of this is going to be less than 27. So it's 2x plus 10 is less than 27. Okay, we're going to subtract 10 from both sides. Right, so we have 2x less than 17, and 2 is positive, so nothing's going to flip. X is going to be less than 8 point something. Let's get exact. 17 divided by 2, 8.5. So X has to be less than 8.5 hours. So the maximum, could be 8.4 hours, 8.49 hours. Yeah, the maximum has to be less than 8.5 hours. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is the handout that I gave you in class. You need to buy some pencils and an eraser. You can spend no more than $5. Ooh, budget. The eraser costs $1 and the pencils cost 25 cents each. Write the inequality, same deal, define the variable, solve the inequality, find the maximum number of pencils that you can buy. All right, so that's our variable. Max number of pencils that we can buy. No more than 5, okay? No more than 5. It's got to be here. It's not greater than 5. No more than 5 means it can be 5, but it cannot be more than that. So it has to be less than or equal to 5. All right, you can spend no more, that's less than or equal to 5. the eraser is $1, and the pencils are 25 cents each. So 0.25 x, right? Each pencil is 0.25, x is the number of pencils, plus the dollar of the eraser has to be less than or equal to 5. Okay. All right, so now this is the term that has the variable. So minus 1 minus 1, 0.25x is less than or equal to 4. Dividing both sides by 0.25. Okay. That means that x is less than or equal to, what is that, 16? 4 divided by 0.25. So look at that. So the maximum number of pencils that can be bought are 16 in order to spend less than or equal to $5. Mark's canoes rents canoes, that would be why it's a canoe rental place, for $20 plus $35 per hour. So this is the rate right here, right? And this is the fee, the constant fee. You do not want to spend more than $150. No more than $150. That means $150 is your max, so you want to spend less than this, right? So you want to spend less than or equal to $150. Right? No more than $150. You can spend up to $150 and you can spend less, but you don't want to spend more. For how many hours can you afford to rent the canoe? All right, so X is going to be the number of hours of rental. So $35 per hour, so it's going to be 35x plus the $20 fee. All of this has to be less than or equal to $150. All right, so now you have the inequality, so now let's solve. So we have 35x less than or equal to 130. And we want to isolate x, so we divide by 35. 35 is positive. 3 point something, 130 divided by 35, 3.7. 3.7 hours, so almost 4 hours, but not quite. That's the only way that you'll spend less than or no more than $150. All right, for a field trip, 18 students rode in cars and the rest filled 5 buses. The rest, but we don't know how many. How many students were in each bus if, wait, I can't really see it. How many students were in each bus if no more than 250 students went on the trip? No more than 250, so 250 was the maximum, right? No more than 250, right? So the number can be 250, it can be less than 250, but it cannot be bigger than 250. 5 buses, and we don't know how many in each bus, so that's going to be the 5x. All right, so x is the number of students in each bus. So 5 buses times the number of students plus the 18 that rode in cars, less than or equal to 250. Okay, so now we solve the inequality. So I probably haven't said this before, but this is the creating part, and this is the solving part. 250 minus 18 It's 2:30, 2:32. Let me double check. It's too early in the morning. It is 2:32. Okay, and since 5 is positive, nothing is going to flip. So we have x less than or equal. What's 232 divided by 5? 46.4. But x is the number of students, so we can't have 46.4. So x has to be less than or equal to 46. So I guess the maximum in each bus will be 46. Let's see, what's 5 times 46? And then plus 18. To 48. Still a little bit under. So x can be less than or equal to 46.4. So it has to be less than 47 students per bus. Oof. 8. Charles is saving $5 each week. He earns an extra 15 by mowing his neighbor's lawn. How many weeks will he need to save in order to have at least 75? What? Charles is saving $5 each week, and he earns an extra 15 by mowing the lawn. So he's saving $20 per week, right? 5 plus 15. Oh, no. $5 each week. So 5 times x, right? 5 times x weeks plus the 15 that he earned by mowing the lawn. And he wants to have at least 75. At least is greater than or equal to. All right, so x is the number of weeks. So 5x plus 15 is going to be greater than or equal to, 75. All right, so now we're going to solve. Minus 15 minus 15. 5x greater than or equal to 60. Dividing both sides by 5. X is going to be greater than or equal to, what's that, 30? My bad. 60 divided by 2 would be 30. 60 divided by 5 is 12. So 12 weeks. So X has to be 12 weeks or more in order for him to save at least $75 during the summer. Sound good? All right.